I put the state of play up to
Yeah.
loop in the background
Yeah.
of our conversation.
Uh-huh.
So it's interesting seeing all these different scenes, you know,
That now you've
back
seen
to
them.
back to back. Well, we've
Actually, a lot of
seen
them we haven't seen, have we?
no, a lot of them we haven't seen, and
Yeah.
obviously, um, the way that they cut some of the trailers was
Lying bastards.
definitely yes, lying bastards for sure.
But
Very
I love
deceiving.
that they did that. I mean, they fooled me all the way until I played it.
No, I agree, and they definitely fooled me as well. And hey, everybody, I'm Justin.
Hey, I'm Justin's mom, and let me just do this. This is what this is for. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Just in case you're not paying any attention and listening, don't watch this if you don't want to be spoiled.
Smart. So what we're doing here in this video is, we've been doing trailer reactions for The Last of Us Part 2 for like 4 years now, I
A little bit
think.
longer, I think, even
It's been
actually.
it's been a long time. I mean, we were there
Mhm.
from the original trailer. I
And
don't
I
recall.
remember playing. I was just thinking about this because I used to play on my PlayStation
Hmm.
3
Yeah.
in my living room on this little teeny tiny TV while everybody else is watching television.
Yeah.
I've got this little TV as a monitor, and I'm with my headphones in, and I remember staying up till like 3 a.m.
Playing the game.
After everybody else has gone to bed, and I'm playing, and because I'm pissed off at my husband is the reason I bring this up because he doesn't understand why I feel like shit.
Oh, yeah, right now. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And so we wanted to share our thoughts with you guys as we're playing along in the game. A little bit different because we had talked about maybe streaming the game, but I think both of us wanted that like first experience for ourselves. But I'm just gonna say, right now we're gonna talk about anything and everything that happens in the
Yeah,
first 2 hours of the game.
right.
So,
Yeah.
and man, it's so interesting. Again, I'm watching this, like I'm seeing this as it's going on,
Hmm.
and again, throw up your red flag right now if you want. You got it up. Spoilers are coming in. We're going to talk about everything for the first 2 hours of the
Yeah.
game.
I think that red flag worked pretty good because
It
you know how
did.
you don't pay attention.
No, no. Yeah, you got,
Yeah,
I mean, show
yeah,
it.
good.
Um,
Yeah.
but they went so far as to deceive us as and I don't know how far you got into Seattle Day One, but in the trailers, they showed that shot of Ellie riding her horse into like the very forested area,
Hmm.
and there's nobody on the back of the horse with her. Like in
Yeah,
all these shots, and that's why we
like she
thought,
was all by herself,
yeah, that we,
and
yeah,
yeah, we thought this was going to be a super lonely
yes,
journey,
yes,
and
exactly.
I was thrilled to not be alone.
No, I completely agree. I mean, it's I think that was one reason why I honestly was but so hesitant. I'm like, I'm so excited to play this game, but I'm just like, oh man, is it just going to be bleak and
Right.
just total distraught, disturbing, emotional, the entire time through.
And,
But
and
uh,
let me just say,
yeah,
I got all dolled up earlier because I knew we were going to do a video,
yeah,
and I just didn't know that all this was going to happen so soon.
yeah,
And um, I just I am so glad that I was not live streaming that because
yeah,
you think the little bit of tears that I did in the videos before, I mean my face, I was wailing.
yeah.
That was hard.
It was really hard. It's still really hard.
I couldn't look at it. I had to look away.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just as soon as they started, I had to look away.
That was probably the roughest thing that I've ever experienced in a video game, and I love it. My dog is like
And no,
in the
he's
background.
yeah.
He's having
Is he dreaming?
yeah, he's having dreams. I think he must be chasing something
Yeah,
in
I
his
hope he's
dreams.
chasing all the bad people in
I'm hoping he's chasing Abby and just
yeah.
mauls her face off.
Okay, so Abby, I thought it was really interesting the game mechanics that they set us up to learn how to play the game as this character that we're like, oh, she's kind of cool. We start liking her. And I knew that was a mistake because they had already said, that they were on the hunt for this dude. And I'm like, oh, fuck. They're on the hunt for a dude.
Yeah.
And I assumed it was going to be Joel. And in the parts of when we play as Abby, I'm thinking, well, can I go ahead? I'm just going to let her get, and I did. I let her get killed multiple times.
Like, this biatch is not making it to Joel.
If I could just kill her in advance, I'm going to switch the whole way the game goes.
Yeah. Game ends first 20 minutes.
I don't even care.
First 20 minutes took you.
Take my $60. It's fine. If I save Joel, I'm good.
Yeah. No, it was very interesting how, I guess the juxtaposition between like you going back and forth between the different stories was very interesting.
Yes. And I thought it was also interesting because we just talked about this, about the whole gray area on who's good, who's bad.
Yeah.
We just talked about this.
Yeah.
And as we're playing as her, you feel like, man, these are cool people that are just something shitty's happened to them.
Yeah, they're just out there living, like, something.
Abby is Ellie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's obviously getting revenge
in her group.
In her group.
Yeah.
Joel did something to her group. She's getting revenge. And I thought that there were so many similarities, too. The way they spoke, their just some of the facial structure.
Well, and their personality, too. I mean,
their
like,
personality, yes.
The not take any shit personality that both of them had. I mean, like, yeah, there's no doubt in that little bit of span of time, you feel like Ellie and Abby could have been friends.
Or sisters.
Yeah, and
this has alcohol.
Oh, is that
when was the last time I've done alcohol on one of our videos?
It's been a while since you've done alcohol, but I don't blame you at all. Yeah.
How hard did you cry?
I didn't cry.
Really? You need to seek some counseling.
Well, it was mainly just, I mean, I got really choked up and I just kind of got, I mean, I still feel it right now where it's just more, like a blank feeling. I was preparing myself for it. It still took me by complete surprise, even though, as it's happening, you're introduced to Abby, like you said, she's on the hunt for somebody, and honestly, I thought it was still going to be Dina. Like, I thought Dina was just going to get caught in the crossfires because Abby was talking to Owen and saying, like, we're gonna draw him out. We'll grab somebody on patrol and we'll draw him out. And I'm thinking, well, she's seeing the tracks from Dina and Ellie. Right.
And that's who I thought for a long time that she was going to come up on Dina and Ellie.
I did too. And then it was, because you're quickly introduced to Dina in this game, Dina and Jesse. And
you like them immediately.
Oh, I know. I've read reviews that are like the negative reviews of like how you don't care about the characters in this game, and I'm like, how do you not care about Dina? How do you not care about Jesse?
How do you not care about Abby?
Yeah, I mean, like I immediately thought Abby was, again, I was starting to get really bad vibes about what was about to go down with Abby. But I still had a connection with her fairly quickly.
I was screaming, like, "Don't say your name! Don't say your name! Don't say your name!" When Joel and Tommy were introducing themselves, I knew that was a big mistake. Don't say your name, and I thought, okay, well, you already said it. Now knock this bitch over the head and leave.
Yeah. I know, man. They could have just they just could have let her die.
They just let her die. Let her die. And so if Joel would have never learned to care about Ellie, which his life would have been terrible if he
Yeah.
hadn't,
No.
you know, but if he hadn't learned to care about Ellie, then he would have never saved Abby. You know what I mean? He wouldn't have gone on the path of being a good person where he gave two shits about people. Because
Yeah.
if when before he got connected to Ellie, he would have let Abby be eaten.
Yeah, I
He would
mean,
have said that that's not his problem.
no, I definitely agree. And obviously Joel's um, softened within the 5 years, but
You know,
uh,
I'm sorry. He
oh
looked great.
no, no,
He looked great.
and he did look great. I think they uh, obviously we got to have some scenes still left with him or
Yeah.
something. Either that or they just put that in
Or
there
they
to
totally messed with
yeah,
us.
to throw us off. But um, it's weird thinking about Joel because on one hand you think, yeah, he had his redemption story, but he didn't.
You
You
don't think
know,
so?
it depends on how you view things because he killed all those fireflies just to save Ellie, which is kind of selfish in a
I would
way.
have done the same thing.
No, I'm not. And again, that's where I'm not saying that it
Right.
wasn't
I
it
know.
wasn't a redemption story, but it also like was it though at the same
Right.
time because he did still do all these terrible things
They
to these
did.
people that they were just trying to find a cure, you
Right.
know.
They weren't
Um,
they were in no way horrible people. They weren't at all.
no,
And I think that's part of the brilliance of this game
yeah,
is because both sides have so many things about them that you can identify with. And so it's hard to say, you know, it who's to say that it wasn't one of the medical people, the one like the mom
yeah,
that was one of the surgeons that that we see in the recap of him shooting as he's going to get Ellie.
yeah.
Was it I think it was a female that first
There,
goes up to him.
yeah.
uh,
You didn't have to kill him though.
oh
Like
well, I sure did.
yeah, well, see, yeah, you don't have to kill anybody in that room. You can get Ellie and get out without having to kill any of those surgeons or anything. But yeah, you
Well,
don't.
even in the recap they show him
Well, I
killing.
mean, well, yeah, but it probably because it
But see,
fits the
I
narrative a little
thought
bit better.
I thought I had remembered trying both ways, and you
I'm
end up having to kill them anyway.
I'm fairly certain you don't have to kill them. I could be wrong, and feel free to let me know in the comments. But I'm pretty certain you don't. But I mean, yeah, you're completely right. Regardless of do you or don't you have to kill
Right.
them. Anybody along the way
Right.
that got in Joel's way could have been a brother, brother or sister, a mother, or
Right.
father,
Right. Right.
somebody that is connected to Abby like that, but
And
still, I mean,
they had to do something really awful to somebody that Abby loved. Because I mean, she immediately, just the first thing she does to Joel, I couldn't do it. I mean,
shoots him with a
I could kill
shotgun.
somebody, yeah, in the knee,
Yeah,
takes out, he's got this hunk of his leg, and I'm thinking, okay, well, he can still survive this. He's never going to walk again.
yeah,
Um, you know, I could kill somebody, but even for revenge, I don't know that I could torture somebody.
yeah.
I'd have a hard time with that.
No, yeah, that would.
Okay, and I never killed anybody, so I'm not totally sure I could kill somebody. I'm just looking at you, and I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
you're like, I could kill.
if for you, I could kill somebody.
Yeah, but I think it's more so in the heat of the moment. Like that was so much, um, you know,
Calculated.
yeah, it was very calculated. And I mean, just man, that moment whenever Joel's like, "Y'all act like y'all have heard of us before."
Oh, he so knew. And she, it's so calculated because She was just saved
Yeah.
by him, rode on the back of a horse with him
Yeah, I had the gun right there. Could it? I mean,
the
if
whole time.
yeah, I mean, I will say that the experience, like the cinematic experience, is just it's insane. I don't, me personally. I mean, yeah, we've played a lot of video games, and they've hit us emotionally, and
Moved us,
yeah,
right.
and moved us, but. And obviously, The Last of Us One did, like, tremendously. It was a very moving game and very emotional game, but it's crazy. Just like it's, and I guess we should have expected it, because if you think back to The Last of Us One and how, Sarah dies within the first 30 minutes,
Two
hours, whatever.
minutes. Yeah, I mean, it's just
Yeah,
right off the bat, and that tears us up.
yeah,
I
and
knew then, because I wasn't much of a gamer at the time. I
yeah,
mean, I was just starting off in games without me being the backseat gamer,
hmm,
to you.
yeah.
And, so, I mean, when you think about the two big games that I played right off the bat,
Oh God,
which was The Walking Dead
yeah.
and The Last of Us, I mean, both of those,
Just rip
it
your
was it,
heart out.
yeah, rip your heart out. And make you go, oh my God, video games are the greatest thing.
Yeah,
I at the first part, I could have easily sat back and never took the control in this game, and
no,
I would have been very happy to just sit back and watch it
yeah.
play out.
No, I completely agree. And it was very, very cinematic within the
Hmm.
first couple of hours of the game.
Yeah,
You honestly didn't play a whole lot other than with Abby
right.
at first.
You should have seen. I was just like, oh, I feel bad because I knew, we had a plan. We were going to play a couple of hours and then meet back up, you and I.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I am gonna taste every bit of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I read street signs, I read the mailboxes, I walked around to all the houses. I'm like, oh my God, I'm touching all the grass. And
Yeah.
yeah, I was.
No, you got to savor this.
Hmm.
Who knows if we'll ever get a Last of Us again? I think that's why it makes me the most sad. Um, because and again, we've only played the first couple of hours. Who knows what's going to happen in the rest
It
of the
may
game?
suck after this.
Well,
Yeah, the rest of it's gonna suck.
yeah. I mean, I've played another. I've probably played 4 hours. I'm about
Yeah,
4 hours in, but I'm
yeah,
exploring a lot too.
yeah.
So like Seattle's pretty expansive, but
Yeah,
but
I'm
yeah,
getting every collectible I can.
exactly. But I think, yeah, what makes me the most sad is just that I wasn't ready for that story to end.
Oh God,
The
no,
story of Joel and Ellie, like,
no.
um,
And they did this amazing job of had they just there would have been no Joel right off the get-go, something would have happened to him,
yeah,
uh then which is we didn't know what was going to happen if that was going to be the way they took this, but they did this amazing job of making us feel that that dad and daughter relationship that they've gone through, and the conversations, and like with any teenager, they're a pain in the ass.
yeah,
And when Ellie's talking about that they're going to get together and watch a movie that night, fuck them, naughty dog, ripping
yeah.
my heart out.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell they've had some type of falling out. Again, I think part of it is, yes, like angsty teenager, but the other part of it is that there was just something a little bit off, and you could tell by the way that Joel was kind of tiptoeing around things, uh, and uh, like he plays her that song, and you know, and you can just tell like Joel is,
He's trying really hard
yeah,
to mend it. And I know this is a super hard. Joel's got to be a tough character for you
for
because
me.
he looks so much like your dad.
Oh, He does remind me of my dad for sure, and especially like this version of Joel,
The
because
older.
yeah,
Hmm.
because my dad's obviously he's a little bit older. He's probably not much older than Joel is in
No,
the
he's
game.
right about Joel's
Yeah,
age. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Um, and I mean, he looks. I was happy to see that because with some of the trailers, they made Joel look like he was just this old, haggard man.
Yeah,
And I was very disappointed in that. And
hmm,
so when we see him, he looked good. He was fit.
yeah.
He didn't, I'm thinking, hey, those jeans,
Well, I'm glad he still had it going on for you.
they did. He had it going on.
Yeah,
Um,
I love that we got
so
to play as Joel for just a
I know.
just a snippet. I mean,
Oh God, I I can't make the photo mode work, and you're gonna have to tell me.
no, I can't. I think you may have to unlock it or something because it wasn't fully working for me either. Like
I
there
know there's a
was
shortcut.
no, no.
Could make
Well,
the I could make the shortcut work at all.
yeah, I was having troubles with it as well. But
Okay, but let me just ask you this.
yes.
So, because you go to the photo mode,
Mm-hmm.
and I can line up the shots and everything, but
Yeah.
I can't click the camera.
Oh, I didn't get a photo mode shot. The
Okay.
the stuff that I put out on Twitter was just like just straight up like shots from. It wasn't from the
Yeah.
phone.
No,
It was from
I
the
did screen
yeah,
shares.
yeah,
Yeah.
screen shares. But yeah,
But
I'll have to.
I was just going to say I took a bunch on my phone that are really these amazing, and I'll share some of them later
Yeah,
because
share. I mean,
they're great. I got all the happy stuff that I could get because I knew it wasn't going to last long.
no.
And some happy video, and yeah, I was just like, I can't make this photo mode work, but my phone works.
Yeah. Well,
And I started the game, and I'm like, oh, this 32-inch TV is not big enough. I don't know, whatever TV that I have in my bedroom,
yeah.
I mean, in here normally,
Yeah, and yeah.
which is a pretty good sized television,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't enough. So I'm unplugging cables and I'm swapping TVs, and so yeah, so I got a little bit bigger television in here so I can watch, and
That's good.
so
You gotta you
yeah,
gotta you gotta experience this on
yeah,
definitely a bigger than a 32
yeah,
inch if you got it around for
yeah.
anybody out there playing it. I mean, yeah, you gotta have pretty nice sized TV and obviously the game looks beautiful. The gameplay is far and above better than the first, which
Is
obviously
it?
you
I mean,
would.
the first one was so great.
No, I mean I thought the first one was great, but like there's I think it's just a lot of subtle differences, but then there's some like I feel like some really nice
It is beautiful.
changes to the gameplay mechanics that I'm really digging. But again, it also feels like it fits like a glove because it feels like you're just right back into The Last of
I
Us,
know
and the gameplay's so familiar,
it is.
which is great, and I love and yeah. So all the everything when it comes to the mechanics, the gameplay, the visuals for the first couple of hours. I mean, Jackson is just
No,
stunningly
I know.
gorgeous. The
That was
snow area is beautiful.
with my phone.
Yeah, exactly. If anybody out there that's watching this hasn't played Days Gone, I got major Days Gone
Oh,
vibes.
yeah. Well, and I
With
got
Abby's
Red Dead
character.
Redemption too.
Oh well,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, for sure
yeah.
with the
I mean,
snow and the
the snow
horses
and the horses, and yeah,
and
but
the town of Jackson for sure.
yeah. So, and I'm thinking, oh my God, all these beautiful games that we've got to play.
Yeah,
You know, um, I mean, it's a good time to be a gamer.
yeah. No, it definitely is. But yeah, I was very surprised by those like Days Gone esque moments. Whenever you're with Abby and you're running away. Did you not you
God,
experience?
yeah,
Okay, I
yeah.
was about to say, I was like, did I
Oh,
do something wrong in my game because I alerted them, and then it was just holy
hordes.
shit,
Oh, yeah, that's
hordes
when
of them,
uh,
and you're just breakneck running as
yes.
fast as you
And
can
you have
through
no idea where you're supposed to
buildings.
go.
No, not at all, and I mean, yeah, that was great, and it
Yes, that
definitely,
was very Days Gone. You're
yeah,
right.
it felt very much like the hordes in Days
Hmm.
Gone. So,
Yeah,
um,
and that's where I was trying to get her killed
yeah, you're
at
like,
that part.
yeah, because you knew something. You're like, all right, gotta
Yeah,
get her eaten.
yeah.
Um, well, Very emotional
I
opening
mean,
hours.
I am wrung out. I
Yeah,
mean, just that was. I seriously, I don't even know when the last time I've cried like that.
really.
Oh, I mean, I'm not even. I had tears dripping off my chin.
Wow.
I was crying bad, and I couldn't. As soon as she shot him, you know,
Oh,
I
oh, oh, you mean in the leg? Yeah.
yeah, I had to look away, and then when I see that bitch going for the golf club, I'm thinking, oh my God, there's no way I can watch this. And if you look at Ellie's drawings, have you looked at her journal at all?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. She can't draw the eyes at all on Joel.
Mm-mm.
She's tried a couple of times.
Yeah,
And she's got all these eyes off to the side. So I don't know. Did they show that?
they did.
They did.
I mean, it wasn't like a. It was very brief where they just showed his body.
I mean, I did see when she was laying on the ground and she's looking at him,
Yeah.
you know. But I really, I didn't look much. I couldn't.
No, I don't blame you at all.
So,
I was like, oh, we're about to fuck these people up.
mm,
Like I was just like, we're
my,
gonna get there. Ellie's getting there quick.
yep.
She's just gonna go in and just destroy like these people. Maybe I don't know. I was thinking maybe Dina and Jesse and
Mhm.
somebody had made it
Yeah.
there before.
Yeah.
Which again, I'm like maybe Dina made it there.
You know, and I was trying to, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna just run straight in there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go in stealth because
maybe you can take them out that way.
yeah,
Yeah, I just
yeah, uh, yeah. They did a good job though, making me wonder what it is that he did, and so there's that big question mark
yeah.
hanging over, and I'm assuming that they're gonna let us know, um, and I'm assuming that we get to kill Abby.
One could hope and dream, right? I mean, like right now, I'm just like, in the trailers, I'm gonna kill every
Uh-huh.
last one. I'm just like, fuck
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Yeah.
murder all
Oh,
their faces. Like,
now, oh, I want to go back and look at the trailer and
uh,
see if that was their bodies.
that she's just, which one?
Uh-huh.
What part? Which
The
trailer were?
the one where when Joel walks through the house and she's
Oh yeah, yeah,
the first one that we got
yeah.
are those any of them Abby?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think about that. I'm wondering if that will ever even happen in the game, or if
No,
that was
yeah,
just like
right.
a for the for the
Yeah,
trailer. I
yeah.
hope it does, and a big part of me still hopes that uh, either we get more with Joel like prior to that event taking
Right.
place,
Right.
or again, I know we talked about it in some of the trailers back in the day, like is Joel like this ghost that follows
That's
her
fine by
around?
me.
Yeah,
As long
no.
as I have Troy Baker's voice throughout the rest of the game,
Then you're then
then I'm
you're
cool.
then you're okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we'll see. I will tell you that once you get into Seattle, and this isn't a spoiler for any of the story or anything, but I will say I think that Naughty Dog did a really good job because you get this just, I mean, obviously this gut punch. One of the most emotionally draining,
Worse
soul
than what I've
crushing.
had.
No, I'm just talking about that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you have that moment. Again, that was everything as much as what's happened in Game of Thrones, to characters that we love. The Red Wedding style stuff.
Hmm.
The first thing that came to mind was killing Glenn in The Walking Dead. is what that reminded me of, and
Yeah.
even
Oh my God, you're
the
right.
way that they did it in the
Right. The way
game.
that they did it.
Yeah. And that was the same feeling I had as what I
Hmm.
did whenever I watched The Walking Dead. Was that I was just like, they went too far.
Right. Right.
That was like my immediate reaction. It was just like, I do I even want to continue at this point?
Well, I know that's when you actually quit basically watching The Walking Dead.
Pretty much, yeah. No, I did.
There was a lot of people that quit then.
Yeah. And it wasn't like I mean, obviously I knew that was happening because I read the comic book, so
Well, and that wrecked you in the comic book.
it wrecked me. And yeah, it wrecked me in the comic books where I didn't think that they were as interesting anymore.
Right.
Because I will say that I don't agree that you always have to do that with the story
To
to
just beat the shit out of us.
well, yeah, and I think sometimes that and again, it's not my story, so and we don't know what happens throughout the rest of it, but I do feel like that a lot of writers lately that's they've kind of used that
Hmm.
as like, oh shit.
Hmm.
And it works. It definitely works because I mean
Right.
it was such a gut punch, and so was Glenn. Um, and yeah, like just the very visceral, just gory way that they took Glenn out,
Hmm.
and then this the
Oh,
same,
and God, in The Walking Dead, I mean, and
and they took
they
Abraham out.
showed it. They showed it.
Yeah,
You remember,
yeah.
um, and you remember my reaction because we did a live stream of it
Mm-hmm.
together,
Yeah.
uh, and there's a part of me that wishes that I would have had you with me during this part of,
Yeah.
of the game. And I thought about that too. I thought maybe we should just hang out in the same house for this. Um,
It's
but I didn't know, you know, I think we'd done a pretty good job of staying away from spoilers.
yeah.
Probably me probably better than you because
You definitely did better.
yeah.
I had been well, I didn't know if it was going to happen,
Hmm.
but I had definitely seen everybody talking about it's the golf game. It's the golf game. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and
I did hear that.
yeah, lots of comments and whatnot. And then yeah, I mean, I kept seeing like over and over again, um, just like Joel dies, but I
And I had done a like I said of what I thought was a really great job, but still I knew I knew it was more than likely going to happen. And the one that I remember I told you the other day that I thought I'd gotten spoiled, someone in one of the comment section in one of our videos had said that that Ellie kills him. And I'm like, if that's what really happens, then I will burn this game.
yeah, exactly. You're like, this game will be thrown into a just bonfire. Just
Right.
yeah,
Hmm.
or take it to like the morgue and incinerate it.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah.
know.
And then
Um,
I'll tweet to Naughty Dog as I do this with the ashes of it.
yeah, no, that would have been really weird had that happened. I did see that elsewhere, not just on our channel. I
Mhm.
saw that in like some comments on social, which was, again, it was annoying. I don't know why people. Uh,
They live for that.
yeah, I'm just like, do you just live to be a dick?
Yep.
Just spoiling people's
Hashtag I
enjoyment.
have no friends.
I don't know what it is. I'll never understand why that is like something that people want to do. I get that, certain people are upset and maybe they're thinking like, I'll make people not buy the game, so that's my way of getting back at Naughty Dog. And I'm like, okay, the thing with Joel happened in the first 2 hours. This game is supposedly 23 to 42 hours long, depending on how much you
If you read all
explore.
the signs, then it's
Yeah, then it's 7,500 hours for my mom.
yes, exactly.
And again, like this, would I have chosen to kill Joel if it was my story? No, but it's not my story, and so we're here to experience it, and then we can say like at the end whether or not we think that the all the actions were justified in our interpretation of the story. But
I
I'm
mean,
along for the ride, and
I'm a big happily ever after, can't we all get along person. So, um,
yeah,
I mean, I obviously, I would not have picked killing him, but
no,
the examples that I have cited to you of the things that I have remembered the most in video games, I just told you,
yeah,
uh, games that where people died. So memorable deaths, when Lee dies,
yeah,
but Lee died in so much of a better way.
he did. No, I think that's the difference, and I think that's where
Okay,
um,
I get what you're saying.
I can
Yeah.
see people are being super upset. But
I
I
haven't
mean,
been on. Did you get immediately on social media to see what other people are saying?
no, no, I'm not doing that because I'm afraid that you're going to spoil
Spoil the
something
rest of it.
for the rest
Yep.
of the game, and hey, that's why we're doing this like 2 hour thing. If you're out there and you're feeling these emotions, just know that we're there with you.
Right.
We're it's I'm a couple hours removed. You're like 30 minutes removed, um, or maybe a little bit more because I know you said you
I
couldn't get.
couldn't. I had to wait just a little bit before I was going to be able to chat about it.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you did because yeah, I'm glad that I've gotten to play a couple more hours after that event happens. Um,
Mhm.
because yeah, then it goes back to I'm like, oh, it's The Last of Us, but it's just a new companion that
Yeah.
you're riding along with, and
And
um,
I mean, I did. I enjoyed the gameplay with Dina.
yeah,
It feels very much like she feels kind of like Ellie
mm-hmm,
did. Back in the day when
yeah,
she's been helpful a couple of times
mm-hmm,
in so far in my gameplay. So it's not that um, I mean, he could have been at home with a bad back, and I would have been fine. You
right,
know,
yeah,
So I mean, they could have some son of a bitch could have broke his back,
yeah,
and he could be home recuperating, and we could still do the revenge story, and I would have been great with that too.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you. They definitely hit us where it hurt.
What do you think the rating should be on this game?
The rating as far as like mature or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
oh, I mean just mature. I mean
I mean, because
it's rated
I just don't.
rated R, which is basically that's mature.
Okay.
Seven, it's
Okay,
17
17.
plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even 17-year-olds, I don't know if they could. That's a hard thing to handle.
No, it is. Very much so. I mean, I'm just glad. I'm just the only thing I'm taking solace in right now is that we have The Last of Us one.
And
You
then we can
know,
go back.
yeah, and we can go back and like, um, because yeah, that was a one of a kind relationship that we built with Ellie and Joel in that game, and from my perspective, there's nobody that can replace Joel uh,
No.
in as far as relationship wise in the world of The Last of Us with Ellie.
Right.
Like, and I'm really enjoying Dina and hers relationship thus far, but it's just yeah, it's not the same. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, we've got Tommy,
yeah, and
and
Tommy's there. Yeah, but
he's like, oh man, Tommy, you were definitely the unpopular brother. There's no way you don't even compare to your brother Joel. You know,
I know.
he's he's just
But I am glad. I mean, I'm glad to see. I don't know if this. Did you get to like where they're in Seattle, like where they're in the woods, like on the horse for
yes,
Seattle Day one? Okay, so then you know that Tommy's out there
yes, that
after
they're
them.
they're
Okay,
yes, mm-hmm,
yeah.
yeah,
Which I was, I'm happy to see that. I'm
yeah,
worried, but uh, but yeah, because I was like, no, Tommy, you go kill these motherfuckers.
right,
Like these people gots to die.
yeah,
I don't, again, and I know we talked about the gray area and like, oh well, maybe Joel did something terrible. I don't care.
It doesn't matter at
I
this point.
love Joel.
Right. It
You
doesn't
know?
matter at this point.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, even if I do love Abby, I still like,
No.
I come to like
No,
understand
she
her
was
side of
neat.
it, and
She was neat. She
yeah,
was a cool character,
yeah,
and we got to see her jealousies, and that obviously she's in love with Mel. I think is the woman's name that her buddy knocked
oh,
up,
and yeah. I can't tell if
um,
she was in. I can't tell if
or if
she
it was just
is.
her good friend.
Well, or she's just mad because that makes them
It
soft,
does.
and
It
like
does.
they're not as
You
much
have
on
a
the
crying
revenge
baby.
train. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like I think that was that's how I interpreted that one.
Yeah.
Is just that she was just
Yeah.
like, no, I'm out here to kill, and y'all are out here just for fun, shits and
Hmm.
giggles.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no matter what, I mean,
Kill him.
she killed Joel. She has to die.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I see it. I keep hoping that it's just like some fever dream.
I know. I thought
Um,
the same thing too. I'm thinking, okay, because we watched Abby, she was having this bad dream and you know, earlier.
yeah,
And I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe we'll get the same kind of thing with Ellie, and she's going to wake up uh, and yeah, she's just really sick. She's got the COVID,
yeah.
and
No.
so does it make you where a little bit of you doesn't want to continue to play?
I mean, it bums me out for sure. But right now, I think this is what's hard about it, is that you know that event happens, Joel dies, but then to think that you have, let's just say you've got 25 more hours left to play or something like that. And I'm
It was the
like,
prologue.
exactly, the prologue, right?
I thought I had to think about it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
watch this video back. You'll see me going,
Like prologue, epilogue. Yeah,
Epilogue.
we screwed it up in another video, uh, but it's one of those things. Like whenever you watch a movie, an event happens, and the person goes on this revenge-filled death killing spree, but the movie only lasts like 2 hours.
Right. Right.
And so like I think it's all. Abby kept that revenge in her heart for a while now. It seems they've
Right.
been trucking along for a hot minute trying to find Joel. For us normal humans, I'm like, man, can I keep up this like intense hatred and just want to murder everybody for 25 more hours?
Right.
I definitely could for another 6 hours. So
Right.
that's going to be interesting along the way if like. If the story just continues, all it is Ellie
It
going after
can't.
these
It can't
people.
be. It can't be. There has to be something else in it
Yeah,
to
I,
make us wanted. You
yeah,
know.
to keep going because I mean, yeah,
Right.
like right now I'm like, all right, can I kill all these people in the next 4 hours because Joel deserves that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, again the gameplay is so good that and obviously we both love the world that
Hmm.
The Last of Us is in because it's post-apocalyptic,
Yeah,
post
we
post
dig that.
pandemic, yeah, and we,
Yeah.
we we do love that, but um,
But you're right. I mean, for the whole game to just be about revenge could make it a much less impactful story.
yeah, it could. We'll see. I mean, obviously the first little bit was about revenge, and but just from the another
Somebody else's side.
yeah,
Yeah.
another
Hmm.
perspective. So, um, I mean, the game is still a masterpiece, like all the critics have said. And again, the story. I mean, we've been talking for 40 something minutes now, and
I,
we could continue to talk more and more. I mean,
oh, I
maybe
know.
maybe we've talked in circles in some of this, but again, it's just like we're processing it like
Yeah. This is therapy.
yeah, no, I completely agree, and I'm glad that I was able to like they were both able to experience that
Me
moment
too.
really close,
Because
in
there's been a couple
time.
of other games
Yeah,
that we've done, and I'm like, I need to talk to you,
yeah,
and our timing was wrong,
yeah,
and I never got that closure on. I can't even remember which game it was,
yeah.
uh, but yeah, then I was like, oh, I need to talk about this. So yeah, I'm glad yeah, this is good. I'm glad we got to talk about it.
No, this
Um,
was good. Does it make you not want to continue? I want to get your thoughts on that before we close out this
no,
video. No?
no, the world is so pretty.
Yeah.
It's just so pretty. And I want to find out what it is, who Abby is, what Joel did that, oh my God, for a second, I couldn't remember what Joel's last name was. And she had already shot him, and
Mm-hmm.
she says, Joel Miller, and I'm just waiting for him to go, my last name is Smith.
Yeah, yeah. And wrong Joel.
Wrong. I don't know who you're talking about, but that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm
Honestly,
like, oh,
I didn't remember his name was Miller for some
I
reason.
didn't either.
I don't recall like
I'm sure there had to be something that,
that we missed along the way.
yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah.
but, um,
Well,
but yeah,
I'm glad to hear that you still do want to continue because I knew that it was tough for me whenever you were asking if I'm having fun, and I think that I had just like hit that
I didn't know. I didn't know.
hit that moment, and it was so because I didn't want to spoil it for you, and so I'm just like yeah.
Yeah, of course I am.
I don't, it was
Shut
so
up, Mom.
it was well my what I sent back was so like just
Yeah,
um
I thought you had a pretty good response.
uh
I mean, you said,
oh
yeah.
no, I didn't. I mean, it was not a very good response. It just
Oh,
said
what was it?
um you said um oh how long ago was it that you said it?
I asked you twice if you were having fun.
um oh, you said enjoying it so far, and I just said not saying not saying
Oh, is
anything.
that what you
Yeah,
said?
not saying anything. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
mm.
But
Yeah,
well,
Andrew just texted us 12 minutes ago. Have you been playing The Last of Us 2? Yes, Andrew, we have been playing.
yeah, we have been playing. I'm ready to get back to it now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna order some pizza.
Now that now that my alcohol is
It's
kicked in.
kicking in. Yeah. Well, and hopefully, you don't have another big cry like that. Uh,
No, I won't be able to.
coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have to stop for a few days
Yeah. So
because
like,
it was it's not good. I think the neighbors were calling the police because they could hear me in here.
yeah.
Dogs were worried about me for sure.
I'm sure the dogs are both coming up to
Yeah,
you, being like, "Are you
yeah.
okay? Are you okay?"
Wrong. What's wrong?
Yeah.
Hmm. Who in our family died? Joel.
Yeah. Joel died. Um, yeah.
So I would love to hear how everybody else's, experience at this point when you've only played for, a couple of hours, when you've just basically just hit the big part of it.
Yeah.
How does everybody feel about it so far?
Yeah. I, I, I'm with you. I'd love to hear people's thoughts, and yeah, please, again, in the comments, because we'd actually like to read some of these comments. If you've
I
made
know.
if you made it to this far in the video,
I know.
you
And of
probably
course you
aren't going to
haven't.
get
You
this.
haven't.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
has.
Right.
But yeah, if you could keep it to just like your thoughts on the first 2 to 4 hours, because again, I'm probably about 4 hours into the game, and
Yes.
there's
This is a dick free zone.
yes, stick free zone, that's for sure. Yeah, just let us know in the comments below. Mom, I'm glad you were able to chat with me about this. I know that this
No.
was tough, and yeah, so
I'd like to do this, you know, if we could do this kind of thing with the game,
hmm
you know,
yeah,
maybe do another chat later in the weekend to see,
yeah, how we're liking it,
uh-huh.
and
Hmm.
no, I thought that would be a
It was
good
a
thing
great
to
idea.
do.
I
Oh,
was glad when you brought that up earlier. It was a
yes.
good idea.
Uh, Thank you. Appreciate
You're
that.
super smart.
It's every once in a while. But honestly, I didn't. The main thing was I wanted to talk to you about the game, and then I thought, of course, we've done a lot of trailer reactions. Lots of
Yeah.
people have watched them. I think a lot of people want to know what your thoughts are on the game. whether or not you liked it. Yeah, and obviously, the
I
main
know there was a lot of people that were really worried about me on this.
as they should have been.
Hmm.
Yeah, but well, I guess we'll
Okay,
we'll get back to
let's
the
go.
game.
Let's go play some more.
All right. Well, hope everybody is having a fun Last of Us weekend. Enjoy it. Again, it's been 7 years for
Yes.
fans,
Yeah.
obviously, to get to enjoy this game. So, as much as I want to binge it, a part of me is just like, no, I'm just like you. I'm like, I just want to explore every nook and cranny,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I think what you've talked about it, and again, you may or may not do it, but thinking about streaming it for the second playthrough and
The
everything.
second,
So,
yes, and I wanted to say that
yeah,
because I really really considered streaming it, but then I needed one playthrough for me.
yeah, no, I understand, and I'm kind of, even though yes, it would have gotten a bazillion
Yes,
views.
good
You're
God,
bawling. I would prefer to not have you
no,
in that vulnerable state on a live stream. So
I would
I'm
have had
glad you
to.
didn't stream the first
Yes,
2 hours like we had talked
I
about,
know.
because I'm like, I
Yeah,
was
just
like
do the first couple hours, Mom.
that's just a tutorial time for
Yeah,
games,
you got you fixed your hair earlier today.
Yeah,
Just do the first couple
you
hours.
looked great. And then you're like, "Ah."
Yeah, no, it was, yeah, I was really, that was super, I was super glad. I'm thinking, oh my God, thank God I didn't stream it.
Yeah. So,
So,
all right. Well, I guess that's we'll wrap the video up here,
yeah,
and go back to playing The Last of Us Part Two. Yeah, let us know your thoughts on the game, and yeah, and also just how you hope you're feeling. All right,
yeah,
we're here. We're here for you.
we are.
Yeah, we feel it just as much as you do. It hurts. It sucks. And yeah, R.I.P. Joel. So
Yep.
we love you, Joel.